Righto, we're back with CK3 with the family poll and what I largely suspect will be the final stream. Had a lot of fun with the chin points, but I'm doing away with them for the final run here. As is befitting for this giant inbred man, Duke Super Ninja Pilot, we're just going to clobber our way to the end goals here. And those end goals, dare I remind myself, is to put some inbred Ugo dynasty member on the heads of both France and Holy Roman Empire. We're going to do Italy as well, but Italy is a bit of an ecumenical mess, kind of destroying that, and the strongest power in Italy is the HRE, so we'll go for the two of those. We also need to form Austria, which means grabbing Steiermark, so I'm going to get straight to work on all of that. It'll just be a nice opportunity to round off this campaign and generally round off my streaming for the year, because I want to take a nice vacation once this is all said and done for a week or two. Just have some nice me time and then jump back into streaming with the new year with a new with more new strategy and new long plays. But that means rounding this off. So where are we right now? We have our aforementioned giant freak of nature here. And we've got giant and inbred, yeah, pretty much guaranteed. It's the reason why I wanted to stop with the chin points at the end here. I mean, it's been great fun bringing in the inbreds, but now we just have them on tap. So I don't feel the points are serving much use anymore at this point. Now, our Duchess Super Pie is pregnant, so the line should be secured. It's going to be expensive on the prestige, but hopefully Duke Super Ninja will be able to live long enough. That Witch Coven has really helped us with our life expectancy. A lot of us have died due to complications relating to inbreeding, but it's kept a lot of us alive, well, long enough to get stuff done. I'm seeing a hello from Florida. Well, welcome, Florida, man. I wouldn't mind going back to Florida at some point. It's been on my to-do list for a wee while. Right, what are we going to do? I actually want to start off by seducing my wife. I can't remember if it's seduction or romancing that gives the prestige, but I'm just going to assume it's seduction because that's a lot faster and more likely to work. Also might let us lay with her once she's popped out one kid and gives a chance at another one. I also wish to do a whole bunch of things, including but not limited to hosting my first Grand Rite. We lack a lifestyle. I actually don't mind which of these at all we go for. Intrigue, we already have a couple done on. Learning can always be quite nice, but I think I'll go with Majesty because I really need more prestige coming in. I don't think any of these are going to matter too much for us where we are right now because we're very powerful. We have a lot of money and we have a vast amount of men-at-arms available for me. Kind of draws me into one of the problems I'm having with CK3 at the moment because, believe it or not, I do play this in my downtime as well. I really enjoy the game, but the game is so easy. The game is just a case of you think what you want to do and you go and do it. It's not very good at putting up much in the way of opposition towards that goal. Parallel it with something like Europa Universalis, and even though I know that game inside out, it still presents me with challenges along the way. I feel that that's missing here, and I need to explore ways to make the game harder. That's what this campaign was all about, but despite having characters that very often can't break out of single digits in any stat and, you know, get grounded in zeros and ones with some of them, we have still managed to rise up really well, and it's not even been down to abducting old men in Europe. Right, I've made about 30,000 from abducting old men, and we've just sat on it. It's not like we've even invested it. We've just been enjoying having tons of money. So, going way off on the tangent from the get-go. I need to think about what I'm doing with this guy. Empty council position, we'll fill that up ASAP. Elkhorn seems ripe for the job. He seems ripe in many ways, but he's doing just fine. So he went the albino route rather than the inbred route. Spin-off of Ugo dynasty. Otherwise, things here look quite good. Once our bishop has done converting the... Actually, there is no time. I want claims, and I want them now. Here. I'm going to hope that you actually get a claim on the entire duchy rather than the county so that I can go and claim that ASAP. The council really likes me. Well, being an inbred freak makes people not really like me. What, people actually don't like giants in general? Oh, it's an attraction penalty. So this guy, no, was it you? Are you a woman? You are a woman, and we know that because I've put in the mod that allows us to see gender icons. What a lifesaver that is. I really wish that was in the base game, but that is often the case with mods that you put in. What else does it want us to do? A court physician would be a good idea, and for me, I often just go to my bishop and tell them, congratulations, you're getting an extra job here. Tiny cost. Doesn't really make much odds unless you're in the super early game. So, I need to go and form that Archduchy of Austria. I need to gather quite a bit of prestige and get myself to illustrious, and the complete control I should get from having this. However, the last one could be a bit of a pickle. Now, either I need to have Ugo dynasty as the HRE, or a strong hook in the current Kaiser. Is it really strong hook? Because here it says weak hook. It's probably strong. Yeah, I probably should have tested that at some point. In any case, I'm not about to get a strong hook on you, I believe, unless I get pretty lucky. But what I suspect is going to happen is that I'm going to put Ugo on the throne here and then reach out for the land that I need there. It's going to cost a lot of prestige to do that, so I certainly need prestige. I'd like to demand the Chancellor position to help with that. However, I cannot, because this Duke also is able to demand council positions to their heart's content. So the options between Spymaster and Marshal. Much as I think it laughable to weaken my own Kaiser by giving him one Marshal on his council, I don't really need these at all. And this stuff can be useful, so I will demand the Spymaster position. What if that Duke didn't renew his subscription to life? We're not so good at murdering people right now, so unfortunately. The Qin is so good. Oh, heavens, yes. We've got a long line of good Qins, but I think Ninja Pilot's taken it away with his one. Well, you know, Otkar was really good. It's a shame he died so young. And then there's Scipio. Scipio was really modest in his chinning. And some before have just, you know, they're not really embraced it, but we didn't have super... We didn't have super inbreeding back then. We'll take a trip up the family pole towards the end of the campaign, I reckon. Okay, with that done, what else needs to be done? Don't care, don't care, don't care. Don't care, don't care, don't care. Probably still don't care. We can ransom some loser? Definitely don't care, so we'll leave all them alone. No, what I think I want to do is fight for France soon. We can actually put this prince on the throne, but that's not what I want to do. I want the prince to have a child. I want that child to be inbred, and then we'll force that child up and over. So for now, I think we can just continue on. Oh, that's right, we're having a grand rite right now. And we can invite this bleeder along. I wouldn't mind folding bleeder into the bloodline. Yes, I rather think so. You can be my guest of honor. Just for a laugh, I think we'll bring you in as well. Now, I don't often give out the dosh, but I'm feeling generous. We'll just give everybody a nice grand offering of sweet dollar, and then ooh, the diplomacy lifestyle that I was after from the get-go. That sounds good. Such a lovely cheap way to get yourself lifestyle perks. Extra prestige is something I'm really after right now. So I'm going to go with that. Just anything to make my way up the prestige ladder. I'm only the house head, but I'm not the dynasty head. Why is that? See, I'm the culture head. House head. Dynasty head is Elkhorn. How can this be? Have they still not fixed that thing where you get to take over? Or, yeah, probably just not fixed yet. What a shame. Oh well, why worry about it? I know I don't. Wonderful. Let's also do as many things as we can to boost up our prestige. Start out by going on a lovely hunt. Is the dynasty head chosen by the person with the best chin? Well, I would think not, because Elkhorn definitely does not have the best chin. And the coward, he's even hiding his chin under facial hair. He didn't get the inbreeding going on. What a disaster. What an absolute disaster. Right, I don't know how the claim is going to go. Oh, injured. My vassal Baron Giri. You're just a baron, so I don't really care about you. I could tend to him. I could boost up my learning and get... Nah, heavens no, there is no time. The fox is escaping. I need that prestige. I'm going to need a lot of prestige to press these claims. There we go, Dynasty Head. And that's going to be a further boost to some... to my good old prestige there. Not a whole lot, and Firm Hand doesn't give me any because I don't have Dread right now. So even though I am just, I think I'll go and slaughter some people just to start building that up. There we go, a little bit of stress goes a long way. Just like that, 21% extra prestige coming in from the firmness of my hand. A little disappointed, but can't be too disappointed in 100 extra prestige. 300 I think we even made there. And straight over into a feast, because I've just really got to build this up. We're gluttonous as well, so we shall enjoy it further. A Baron and 85. Yeah, he's on death's door, but I don't care about the poor guy's life. I barely even remember where he was. Who was the old bugger? It was you, right? Oh, God. He's still feeling fine, though. Is this the magic of not being inbred? Anyway, friends, welcome to my feast. Plenty of people declined this. I guess I'm not as popular as I'd like to be. Scipio popped up again, and he's still inbred. Oh ho! Oh man, we are still keeping it around here. Okay, so my half-sister aunt cousin has decided to keep the family tradition and decided to mate with Father Duke. Oh, wait, but he's dead. Even from beyond the grave, Otker's laughing away. Well, not to worry, as long as it's not my wife. That was just one of my many family members. Oh, okay, this was meant to give me prestige, but it's actually immediately costing me some. What's going on? No control over my animals, swearing, laughter, and broken bones. Dang. I mean, a lively feast is good and well, but I'm trying to gain prestige, not lose it, because it costs me to wage the wars which I wanted to wage. There we go, get some out of that. My problem is the... where the hell is he? Here we go. The Frenchman. Okay, you're still with child. I thought you would have had it by now, but no. They're gonna have it all right. Thus is the power of the double chin, Jake. Not even death can control the family pole. The rigor mortis cannot be contained. Okay, I got the thing I really wanted, and that was the ability to have even more men-at-arms. What to have, though? Do I want some crossbowmen? Do we even have crossbows available? We do not. I've been seeing other people with crossbows, but not us. Light cavalry, heavy cavalry, spearmen, archers... I might get some more Zbrojnosh on account of the fact that my enemies now use crossbows, but I already have a whole bunch of them. Maybe the answer is more bombards to bring those walls down even faster. There's going to be a lot of sieging to be done. Well, what I definitely want to do is bump up the size of all of my men-at-arms so that I'm ready for the inevitable wars. And they are inevitable. We're going to be caveman clubbing our way through everything here. Goodbye, money. I didn't even know you. Jake, it's always more cannons. There we go. Can't say no to more cannons. Does anybody know what decides the order that they show here in your men-at-arms thing? I like to think you make a nice wee square of them when you get up to 9, but... I mean, the ordering's completely unimportant, but it doesn't stop me wanting to know what causes it. Illicit relationship with our late father. Also late father, he was only 44. It does show up as complications due to inbreeding. I wonder how many ended up with that. Right, what do we want to focus on here? We already have sappers coming along. The armory, yeah. Toughness for heavy infantry, and we do have heavy infantry. Personally, I'm a big fan of having extra domain limit, especially since we hurt very badly on stewardship. Everybody does. Why not armored horsemen? They are good against crossbows, right? Our heavy infantry are good because they are culturally Czech, and that gives them that extra counter. Okay, right. Rye bread. You have turned 16, and that's a good chin you've got on you, lass. And you don't even look like a lass, which is perfect for us, right? It's unfortunate that we don't get extra prestige from this, but I guess that's just the case of having polygamous relationships. Regardless, you are mine. The question is, who else shall be mine? Countess von Dougals could bring in some spindly albinos. You already have a man. How can I be sure that whatever pops out would also be my child? Nah, I don't think we need more. We've got two loving wives already. Now, what I want to do is start taking over. What is taking so long on this? Nothing, actually. You're almost done. Goody, goody. Half-sister, niece, cousin, mother of mercy. Is this Glasgow, says Protelic? Are you from Glasgow? Okay, I finally have enough material to make sure that you're rightful lord of the county of Latin. Nope. No, no, no. Are you going to restart that? Good. I want the entire duchy, not just the county. Excellent, right. Otkar is back. They're only inbred, but that's alright. Just grow up strong and wise. I'm expecting to get everything done under Super Ninja Pilot here. Oh, no! My liege was fighting to add Castile to the list of his Holy Roman subjects, but he didn't quite pull it through. And Poland's already broken free. I wanted a nice strong HRE to be subject to, but it doesn't seem to be going that way, sadly. They just can't keep it together. Well, all the more reason that I'm going to have to crush him later on. I actually have who I need to force these claims. However, I'm not going to do it just yet. I want to be able to form Austria first, because otherwise, well, I won't be able to. I need an Uggo on the HRE to form Austria, and I have a feeling any Uggo I put there is going to be fairly short-lived. So I need to make sure that I get this duchy first, then push that, then form Austria, and then France will be done along the ways. Can't forget that we're trying to romance our beloved half-sister, cousin, wife, Super Pie. And what are they? They're an honorable maniac. Sounds like they would want to be entertained. Entertainment never fails. I don't know why anyone would choose anything other than entertaining. The HRE is not exactly small. Yeah, but it could be bigger. It could be so much bigger. It's one thing I really like in this game is it's quite rewarding playing as a pious subject. Pious towards your liege, at least. Oh, whilst at the same time bullying your liege with your own contracts. Right, my sister has given birth to a daughter. Since the little one is part of the Uggo dynasty, she should be blessed with a good name. Mlada, yeah, sure thing. Wait. Oh, right, right. Father was Otkar. I can't believe you come out as a bastard. You were a child between Uggo and Uggo. I mean, you are Uggo, but you would make your own dynasty if you were landed. So that's going to happen over my dead body, which may be the idea. We got a claim on the county of Sopron. So close and yet so far. The duchy I need is Steiermark. I don't need to fight against Hungary for anything. The AI doesn't like to blob. The busies like to blob, and they get away with it because they start out with Primo. Holy, what the... Huh. I didn't even have to fight for that. The whole point of this was to fight a war to put at least your offspring there. Huh. Well, okay. That's France done, and France is subject to the HRE anyway. Okay, well, the only problem that came up from that was that this land belongs to me, and yet you have it. Hopefully you hold on to that. And also, hopefully you put out some slightly more inbreds, because they're all coming out fairly non-inbred right now. See, I gave you an inbred, and yet you're not popping out the right children here. Well, they're both Uggo, so that's okay. But I still wouldn't mind murdering some of them. Gain that because you're just... never mind. The HRE's become the real big one, and it's become ever bigger now. Ah, my beloved sister wife. The love a brother husband feels for his sister wife cannot be wrong. Lay with her, perhaps get some more children on the way. And big fight will be for the HRE, but I still need all of this. And now I need to fight France, of course. Now I could do it for Dr. Slav's claim, but no, I'm here for my de jure land. Excellent, we got it. We got the unpressed claim on the entire Duchy of Steiermark. So that is something I need to get pretty immediately. You may have friends. Oh god. I mean, we're the inbred ones, but you hit every ugly stick of the ugly tree on the way down. I don't want all of this. They'll become your vassal, become your I don't want that. I just want this land. Anyway, if they become my vassal, I could just give them up to the HRE man. That's not important. What's important is that I make my demands and I see them through. Now, big props to Paradox for fixing this problem. It was a shame to have your armies split up in this really strange way, but now you can control-click and just have it how we used to have it, which is getting everybody you need immediately. To arms, everybody. To arms. I like Organizer, but I don't really have somebody that can bring those walls down all that quickly. Yeah, hit control to exercise control. These are hills, but we actually fight quite well in hills. And we get a further advantage because they were preparing. Yeah, they were gathering army. So I'm not too afraid of these guys. They're actually countering us. We're being countered pretty hard, but they're being countered even harder. Their bowmen are down, their crossbowmen are down, and their pikemen are down. So I'm afraid we're just going to slaughter them, because that's how I operate. Through excessive amounts of slaughter. Ah, there we go. And then we got this weirdo shackled up in my prison now. Now, as for you, you're just hiding out here. My bombards should have this down in no time. Did I actually reinforce my armies completely? That is an almost. I almost did. Glorious. Were the chin point mechanics abandoned? Yeah, I wanted to wrap things up instead of having to wait a few more generations to generate the points. Because we would have been just going through the same motions, and if there's one thing I don't like doing, it's exactly that. Okay, so not only did the game just give me France for the Uggo dynasty, it has also just given me this duchy, because we were able to capture the big cheese and enforce demands immediately. Wasn't I just mentioning earlier about the game being easy? Alright, we got all this. I don't really want these odds and ends, but I'm beyond the pruning point here. Now, I still don't completely control the region of Austria. The game's nice enough to highlight it for me because of France. Now, that means I'm going to have to fight old Frenchy man to seize my de jure land. Massive reductions in it. Seize the Duchy of... No, I'm not really sure if there's any difference between these two things because they get you the same land. Maybe doing this would make the land your subject rather than direct control. Part of your domain... Part of your domain. Well, it matters little. I need it, and I need it now. Are they trying to raise an army there? Gathering for days. Well, away you go. Excuse me? Okay. Does the game just not want me to play it today? Maybe it heard me smack talking it and go, you think the game's easy already? Well, we immediately captured the King of France. It took 24 days. The game is concerned about your sleep schedule. It's only 9 PM here. Alright, well, now one thing I could actually do right now is kill you in order to put my beloved Uggo on the throne. Ooh, I could also kill another Uggo. Right. Now, people wouldn't like me for doing that much. Now, how could I kill a fellow Uggo? I couldn't is the answer. I'll just enforce my demands. So be it. Alright, Austria. Now, in order to form this, I need to become illustrious, and I need to plant an Uggo on top. I can get to that over the old domain limit, so I need to give this land to somebody. But before I... Okay, no, good, it is. I have a castle there. For some reason I thought it was a temple as the capital thing. Right, who are we going to give this to? Who do we want to give this to? My beloved cousin, perhaps? Popping out albinos? I think we gave equal rights, so I could happily do that. There you go. Excellent. Alright, need to become illustrious though. We're not far off it and we make plenty of prestige. In fact, I'll probably become illustrious by fighting this war. But it's going to cost quite a bit for me. Yeah, 1200 prestige needed. Going on a pilgrimage will surely bring me the prestige that I'm after. Yeah, let's head on down to the Vatican, see if he can sanction my inbred conquests here. Turning water into wine the Austrian way. I don't really know what you're getting at there. This campaign's really showed just how powerful you can be even if you're playing tall. Now granted, Bohemia is the best duchy in the game, but we didn't even completely have it all. Foreign guards? Heavens no. Divine protection for us. Yeah, there's some real meta going on with the best duchies, because some are amazing like Bohemia, some are terrible like Crete. Or no, we can do worse. Dubrovnik and what's this even called? Zerem. All is not equal, as it should be, right? The world is not a fair place, and that's adequately reflected by the counties and the duchies here. It's just that some are a little bit too equal. Hagia Sophia and Theodosian War, it's stronger than like a good kingdom. Alright, I didn't even get any events, we just saunter our way down, make our way to Pilgrim. I was hoping for a bit of prestige along the way, but that's a no. My cousin Rachel, good name that. Ah, that's what we're talking about, spindly inbred. One of my thoughts was to add the points from children that were just part of the dynasty, but I thought it would be way too much to keep track of, and like many of my thoughts, I think it was the right one. Are we Catholic again? Oh heavens no. We are Great Chin. But it's still a Christian faith, so we still have the same holy sites. It's kind of a shame that you don't get to make your new holy sites when you make your own Christian faith. I've undergone the journey of a holy man. They insist it's changed something about me, whether I see it or not. Well, what I need is that prestige. Please, let her go. No, I think not. I could declare the war for the HRE even without the prestige, but it would cost me a level of fame, and I need to be illustrious in order to form Austria. No, the Great Chin did not spread to Jerusalem. You're just seeing the holy site symbol there. There are Cathars over there, however. I think somebody took up the Great Chin. Yeah, it did spawn elsewhere. There we go. Nordgau decided they quite liked the sound of the Great Chin. As well they should. It's a great religion. Carnal exaltation and sacred lies. Pretty good. Pacifism. That's pretty good if you don't declare wars often, and I certainly don't. But equality is very powerful. Just being able to have women serve you in the council, be landed, be fighters for you, it's very, very powerful. You doing anything? Well, yeah, just getting taxes for me, but I'm not too fashed about anything else right now. I suppose you can continue to convert the faith for me. I tore you off of that a wee while ago. Probably not for the better. Do Leibniz, will you please? Come on, I'm not asking for a ton of prestige here. Nobody makes me smile like my dear Super Pie. I guess I'll try a bit of romance, because I think that gives some prestige. Just go with our gut. We have plenty of guts here. A reaction is not what I'd hoped for. Do not embarrass yourself further. I'd rather eat my own dress than spend another minute in your presence. Wow. You're my half-sister, cousin, wife, lover. How could you turn me down like this, Super Pie? Were our chins not meant to be? Yeah, that was the critical fail that you can avoid if you go down the seducer route. Well, you know what? Where one fails, the other can rise. Duchess Rye Bread. Perhaps it is meant to... Ooh. Sadistic dislikes just. Temperate dislikes gluttonous. Don't think I'm gonna get past that. How about a wee sneaky go behind the shed? And let's just grease the wheels a bit. Oof, thought we had better game than that, Super Pie. Not Super Pie, Super Ninja. Too many supers around here, granted they are giants. In any case, just anything to get me the prestige that I'm after. Battles don't give prestige, they give fame. That one gave a lot of fame, actually. Which is why I'm quite convinced that the war for the HRE is going to give me all the fame I need to form Austria. I can't believe France would just hand it to me on a silver pallet, though. Oh, pregnant. I wonder if you'll put out an inbred one this time. Not that I need that now that you're all under HRE, but it would feel a bit nicer for me. Inbred has been the name of the game here. I'm actually looking forward to revisiting the family tree and reminiscing over the chins that have come and gone to build up Austria into what it is. Oh, jings. Poor kiddo died in captivity. Beneath those layers, how should I approach Rye Bread? She seems like a reserved individual. Actually, I'm not sure. Treacherous villain. Gentle lovers? Ardent lovers. Probably not gentle since they're sadistic. Let's go for the gallantry. See how she feels about that. Aha, some budding interest. Not even my wildest dreams could I have imagined you were this passionate, Super Ninja Pilot. Or Super Ninja for short. Alright, just about there. Trying to think of any way to drum up a little bit more prestige. But nothing's coming to me since we've exhausted the events for now and I don't want to spend more. Plenty of factions, but they're all split. No individual's going to be able to muster enough to take us down. Not if you capture the Emperor as easily as the King of... That was just... Does anybody have any idea what the odds are of capturing somebody when you take over the county that they're residing in? Because it happens to me extremely often. But I am also extremely lucky. Poor guy got wounded as well. Although I think that was already there. Okay, you've popped out your kid. Oh, they're a bleeder. Not inbred, but a bleeder. This guy's testing my limits and he could be an opportunity to get some prestige, but what's he like? A humble, cynical, and lazy individual. I'll give him the impossible things if he's too... he'd do everything in his power to get the task done. Not if he's lazy. Unassertive, lethargic, definitely. While we're at it... We've got to try and love our wife here. There we go. I'm the happiest man in the Holy Roman Empire with my soulmate Super Pie, but it didn't give prestige. Maybe it only gives prestige if you seduce somebody else's lassie there. Oh ho! He raised his voice to speak. I've yawned, turned my attention somewhere else, or outright interrupted him. He's now quiet and cast his eyes low. I mean, that's a bit of a shame. He's a guy I didn't even want as a subject. And I get my cruel hook, but no prestige. I was hoping for prestige. Yeah, chin points are abolished for the sake of cleaning up. I did enjoy the chin points, but I want to, as you say, clean things up for the ending here. Because if you're just going through the same things over and over, it loses a lot of appeal. Now that we have giant inbred on tap, I'm not too enamored with going for too much more. Even so, they're not guaranteed. I think everything's been inbred since, but giantism's only 80% or so. Off-topic question, but what racing steering wheel do you recommend for the PC or PS4? That is very off-topic, and I can't really recommend any. I've only used two. One was a really cheap Thrustmaster thing that must have cost $30 tops, and it was really cheap, but it did the trick. And the other is my Porsche 911 GT2 something or other, which is very good and probably very expensive. I got it on the cheap off of somebody who bought it and realized that they didn't actually have time to play games. But it's very good, so I'd recommend whatever is the newest version of that. It is very good. Good with the force feedback as well. But if you're just dipping your feet, I'd recommend just picking up something really cheap, and then if you like it, go down the rabbit hole of expensive PC peripherals. Now, let's build up even more prestige, although I'm not sure I have that many knights. I've got like 7, don't I? Yeah, better than nout. Because I've got a war to fight with the HRE momentarily. Thrustmaster is a staple of the channel, though. It certainly used to be. Man, I need to put together some good streams for Christmas, and trucking is doubtlessly going to be part of it. My bishop is really getting on my nerves. Is this really the same bishop I had before? I recognize that learning, she certainly is. Not a moment goes by when she isn't droning on and on about God and his will. She loves to tell everyone how the Lord will punish those who are cruel to others, but why should I listen to her? The horned God embraces us all. Learning challenge, 0% chance. Yeah, I'm not well learned, and she certainly is. Make a fool out of her, or discovers my scheme. Trickster for 10 years. Not gonna happen. Well, we'll take the chance. And another inbred freak has popped out. Not to worry though, Ninja Pilot will get everything done as soon as we have that 1200 prestige, right? My plan went better than expected. I know that she's one mean drunk. Is she? She doesn't have drunkard. She's a little infatuated with one of my servants. I had the man bring a bottle of very expensive and even stronger liquor to her chambers, motivated with a promise of promotion. He got her drunk just in time for mass. It was the only thing my courtiers talked about last night. She'll never live it down. Although she doesn't really like me anymore for that. I mean, I feel a little sorry for her. Let's send her some dosh. She's got plenty of dosh. Hell no. Maybe I could witch her up instead once I'm done with my current thing. Always a fun idea to witch up your court chaplain, then expose them and throw them in prison to take all their money, of course. Ah, money's so plentiful in the game. Granted, it's the 13th century. And yet... Will there be Terranigma this year? I don't think so. I think my yearly run of Terranigma came to an end after the last one. Like, I have ran that game so many times. I ran that game every year for a very long time. And I do love the game, but I have ground that game into the dust and unearthed every part of it that I can. I'm attending a dance, not only because I'm in the Lord of the Castle, but I want to see the Duchess here. She's my own wife. How could I need a reason to go and see her? That chin is certainly resplendent. We finally have a moment. I offer a suggestion. Join me? A walk in the garden? Some more food. Malicious side. You seen how these people dance? Oh, I think she likes it. She is skilled in the art of mockery. It's all coming together. What's with all these awful Twitch ads at the worst moments, says Joyce? Our Twitch are really pushing ads. I mean, it's their whole business, but... Wait, actually, why would that happen? I don't have ads that run during my streams, or at least I shouldn't. And if you do have them, then for God's sake, get yourself an ad blocker. I really can't stand advertisements. Just a little bit more. There we go. Well now, my holy Roman friend. It seems the time has come. And so have one of my relatives. The question is which one? Duchess Super Pie? Scipio? Whoever's probably going to live the longest. And preferably is not already landed. So Scipio here is unlanded, inbred, Uggo. With more Uggo, and even more Uggo coming, so that's a good sign. That sounds good to me. So this should ensure that Scipio becomes the overlord of HRE, which is exactly what the goal was here. Because I wanted the top dog in France, Germania, and Italia to be an inbred member of House Uggo. It just transpired that the HRE was all of those things. Still, have at. Very expensive for all of that, but so be it. It's the only thing stopping me from this Uggo dynasty. Right, he's a big chap, but I am extremely confident that we can take him on. He's a very big chap, though. What are we looking at here? Many of his units are way too low in strength to be a threat. I'm confident we can take him on, but I want to know where his armies end up. I'm now an enemy of all of the HRE like this, but let's take a practice shot at these suckers. Ah, bollocks, I need to hold control. That's going to take some getting used to. That's going to take quite a bit of getting used to. Oh well. It's not going to stop me from slaughtering these guys. Oh wow, Rybread actually turned me down despite all the sniggering that we did. We did quite a bit. Okay, Wait, this isn't a friendly area? I'm in my own lands here. Wait, what? Can only disband in a friendly area. I was in my own... Okay, well, whatever. Off you trot, bring me the real challenge. My question is, where are you? Are you just hiding out in your hidey hole over there? Because if that's the case, then I'll just have to make merry. Now getting over there will be tough. I'll need to blow down the castles on the way, but that's exactly what I have all these bombards for. I don't get ads at all, and I don't have an ad blocker, says Andrea. I mean, I don't think subs would, but I've got this big button, right? It says run 180-second ad break, and I don't push it because I hate ads. Right, my cousin's been getting it on with who the heck is this? Prince Archbishopric Lezec of Utrecht. What a scandal. That's what he gets for being a learned man. Delicate. Jings. Family really gets around, but that's our carnal exaltation for you. Twitch really pushes you for to do all this ad running thing because, well, it makes sense, that's where they make their money. But it's just, I just really hate ads. Okay, please come and fight me. I'm pretty confident I can take you on. Alright. Ah, bollocks, I gotta stop doing that. Now I may need more meat shields here, so I'll bring in exactly that, but I'm still confident that we will be able to destroy you. Because he's bringing in, ooh, the Kaiser himself. He's bringing in a lot of units, however, we're defending in mountains, which is a huge bonus for us. We get to use the defensive buildings, we took it over. Our martial skill is, for some reason, much better than what the Emperor himself can muster. Well, whatever. And they are going to be like lambs to the slaughter. This isn't even fair. I think this is a big part of where the challenge dissolves in the game. Your ability to make men-at-arms with your galactic human brain far outshines anything the AI can put together. Because you can react to what the AI does, but I don't think the AI can react to what you're doing. And if they can, they sure don't want to show it. Right, march further. Didn't I have an organizer? If I had a logistician, that would be even better. Hey, a logistician. The game could be used as educational purposes in Alabama mathematics. Is Alabama really that inbred? It's just because cousins can marry there, right? I mean, incestuous relations are a normal part of the animal kingdom. Why is it suddenly such a bad thing when it comes to humans? Alright, somebody decided to crock it on the court here. Off you go, Baroness Gertruda. Gertruda! Oh man, there's a lady we haven't heard from in a long time. She was one of our truckers. It's mostly just a rural southern stereotype. Yeah, but stereotypes are based on truth. Just like racism. You can't be so dismissive, you see. There are some parts of the Appalachians with moderate inbreeding, but that's not Alabama. I'm not all that well versed in the American South. Jinx, we are cleaning up here and we've only just started. Bring me a fight, man. I think the AI really fears Jake. I tried some of his moves and I always got screwed. What are you talking about? You tried some of my moves or the AI's moves? Alright, it is continuing to be a bad day to be you, HRE man. I'm coming for what's mine. I took the Kaiser's son and heir. Oh god, that's another plus 25 right there. Yeah, I don't need tiny amounts of taxes on you. Yours, that thing you do with the army close to the enemy army point. How could it not work? Throw down army, jump enemy, destroy enemy. It's not a complex affair. In any case, let's... Oh my god, we're actually done. This isn't funny, game. I wanted a big HRE fight. I just mop the floor with the loser. I am a little saddened by that. Emperor Scipio has become your new liege, and he loves me for it. I wonder, does that mean that I could... Oh! Was this what my feudal contract was before? I mean, I have a hook, I could make it even better. Could pay him lower taxes, or... Nah, lower the old levies. Coinage rights are nice, but I shouldn't be needing any of that. Hey. Probably shouldn't have left him as a great chin there. But that allows us to form the Archduchy of Austria. Because that fighting did bring us up. Oh man, it almost made us exalted among men. Could have milked those battles to become... That's something I don't do enough of on the game, milking battles. Because the sheer amount of devotion and fame you can get out of them. Basically, men-at-arms can really prop you up a long way. We form the Archduchy. Thanks to my illustrious accomplishments consolidating the Austrian heartlands and the tremendous influence my dynasty has acquired over the HRE, Emperor Scipio is finally... Oh god, look He doesn't know what he's doing or where he is. He's finally recognized the primacy of Austria over the many petty dukes of Germany. From this day forward, all my successors will carry the distinguished title of Archduke, the equal of any king, to set themselves apart from the lesser princes and princesses of the empire. Austria erit in urbe ultima. I need to remember this face. There we go. What is this trying to convey? Combined with the like hovering hands there. It's ecstasy, but not knowing why. Righto, I'm actually severely disappointed by that because we just strolled in and got the win there, but we've actually achieved what we were setting out to do. You got Primogeniture, that is always good. It is, but we already had House Seniority, which is essentially just 1,000 prestige to name whoever you want as your heir if you have absolute authority, and we absolutely do. So, wow, that took no time. That didn't even take an hour on the final session, but we set out what we wanted to do. We have an inbred member of Dynasty Ugo, House Ugo on top of that, to boldly go as the top liege of Germania, Francia, and Italia. And we have been able to form Österreich here. Good on us, even though we are a Czech Austria here, just acknowledging Bohemian supremacy. And that's actually us meeting all the goals of Family Pole. That makes sense though. I mean, it was quite a lot of putting things together for this moment. There was a lot of inbreeding, and we're going to revisit the entire Family Pole to see just how much of that was going on. Still time to do over the Pope? Nah, I think like we have such unquestionable power. I reckon we could take on anything at this point, but I don't want to just beat a dead horse. I like to achieve my goals and then move over to fresher pastures. But this, I want to throw out the question, like, the game is easy. The game is undoubtedly easy. We've been playing as really low down on the food chain, and it takes no time at all to get yourself up to the lofty height of Duke or King, and from there on it's just power, power, power. Even when we could only have absolute dunces as our rulers here, everything came together all too easily. I need to really figure out how to make the game harder. I'll try to look through some mods, see if there's something with a very hard mode. But even so, I think the AI needs to be more aggressive. Did the AI at any point try to put up a fight here? Oh god, Scipio's actually here. He says, goals achieved, Jake. I'm Emperor. That's all that matters. Do you even know what you're the Emperor of? You are completely unlearned, lacking intrigue, barely stewardship. Oh well, no. Marshal's where you shine. You've got the marshal of a child here. Good on you. Oh, actually, the Ugo took over in France, didn't they? There we go. The great Qin reigns supreme. Although there's so much Catholic, he'd probably be ousted. He just says, I like to hit things. 'Tis the Ugo way. But yes, even with these things to dampen ourselves, we just still cleave through the game. So I'm looking for ways to make it harder. If you think you know, you should by all means reach out and say with some good ideas for it. Because now that I reflect on the other potential campaigns that I've had in mind for CK3, they all just seem like they'd be too easy. The only one that might put up a bit of a fight is this idea I had for a pacifist run to unite Tibet. But I don't, now that I think about it, would it really be that challenging? I just marry and kill my way to the top, and the AI is not really able to offer up much of a retort against any of that. So I'm at a loss. I've found that holding together a large empire quite a bit harder. Every time your ruler dies, you face enormous wars. I have not seen the same. I played quite a bit of this with large empires in my own time, and I've not faced any such falling apart. There are wars, sure, but with a large empire, you just make sure that everybody's paying their money to you, and you invest that money in crushing them if they ever decide to rise up. Might be more challenging without murder. Murder's an integral part of the game. Might as well say it would be more challenging if you never took any land. Without murder, it seems a bit too boring. Wouldn't like to cut out a whole gameplay loop like that. In any case, that's something to consider down the line. For now, we should relish in the glory of the House Uggo. I don't know where the name Uggo came from, but I'm glad it's here. But to boldly go is inspired by the fact that we managed to impregnate a leper. And the child survived. Let us open the dynasty tree. And can we go all the way up to the top? This is only confusing and angering me, what I'm seeing here. Scipio from under... Okay, this is probably going to get confusing thanks to our polygamous nature. There's rye bread. I think this crashes if you go too high. I recall that being the case. Oh, ooh, well, it almost did. Oh yeah, it just gets Xbox huge at some point. Spreads out more than you might think, but there's subtleties to this. Okay, where are we right now? Pan to us. Take it. Oh, I think that closed it down a bit. In any case, good old Archduke pilot, Super Ninja pilot. They haven't had a lot of kids of their own, but they came out from Otkar, who had a very boisterous reign here, fathering plenty of children there. And I think the first one to really come out with one hell of a chin. It's what really drew us to Otkar. Before them, there was Scipio, who actually looks fairly normal. Oh, it closes it sometimes. Fairly normal for an inbred chap. I don't know if the game actually does getting more and more inbred as you go down the line, but it can really feel like it. How do we trace back your father, by the way? Your father is Archduke McCain, but all I see is Cecile there. Where then is McCain? So this is where things get confusing to me. I recall with fondness the master of incest. He certainly generated the points, Scipio, that's for sure. Alright, I'll have to revisit it through here then, because we had McCain there. We had Doc Spengler reaching 69, but here we go, we got Ryebread making it to 74. Ryebread accomplished a whole lot in their life. And they actually, their only negative trait was being a little homely. And before that, there was Sihoa the Flayer. Pandy the Heartbreaker. I think Pandy was likely the one we started with then. He can be anywhere. Yeah, this gets hard to read when you have multiple inbred spouses now, doesn't it? Want to see this here though. Died from complications due to inbreeding. Died from complications due to inbreeding. Died under mysterious, potentially inbred circumstances. Ah yes, some of them we offed from stress. Oh my. McCain's got a few skeletons in the old cupboard there. Isn't there a special player character lineage screen to the bottom right of the main screen? What? Not sure what you're talking about there. But you could be right on the money, and I just wouldn't know. Right, when it came to legacies, for once I ignored blood. It just didn't seem fitting for this one because it gives all the good traits. And instead focused on kin, mostly to get that fertility boost right there. The triple ellipses. Ooh. Ooh. Hey, I don't think I've clicked this before, but goody goody for us. Ah, this is handy. It's really just the evolution of chin here. I mean, to begin... Oh, wow, they actually get larger and larger as well. Intimidatingly good. So started out with Pandy, who died of natural causes. No kill list to be shown there. They were a learned man. Then we have Sihoa dying in captivity. Died in captivity? Did they get captured and killed? I don't recall that, but there's a lot of things that I don't remember. And then there's Ryebread. They're still all Catholics back in this day. Ryebread dying of old age at 74 though. I recall it being a very late stream with Ryebread, and I was like, we'll wrap it up when he dies, and then we go for hours later because he just refused to die. You murdered him after forcing him to abdicate. Ah, that sounds reasonable. Doc Spengler, the moody one, died of old age. We still hadn't managed to rope in inbreeding yet. Then comes McCain, another melancholic, but still didn't get in with the inbreeding. However, you were able to bring out Scipio, the inbred. How did that go down again? Scipio was fathered between Cecile and McCain. I don't think the spouses show up here, or maybe you went on a bit of seducing for that. I can't remember. Kuru, Lepard. There we go. Cecile. Right. Ah, okay. We do have the spouses here then. There we go. What a tiny woman, able to pop out the inbred, and it was thanks to getting that inbred through Scipio that we were able to really start pumping out the inbred children, and that's where the points came in to vastly improve the state of Austria here. Such a debilitating trait, really, but it just goes to show that as long as we were able to overcome the fertility, and we were, thanks to carnal exaltation and the boisterous loins, together those gave us 35% back from that 50 that we lose. We were able to offset all these minuses just from having a good strong army. One of the criticisms of the game is that once you're strong, a lot of the gameplay things don't matter at all. Like, none of this matters if you can just kick everybody's ass, to a degree at least. This run truly ended as it truly began, under my divine rulership with the purest of Uggo blood, says Scipio. Can't get enough of himself. Well, hopefully you don't get too many complications of inbreeding, because you died at 38. Oh well, you died very pious at that, compassionate and deceitful. I like the look of Otkar. Giant inbred man with a giant inbred chin, which was only further perfected under our still living Super Ninja pilot. And he's feeling fine. He doesn't have a kill list to be ashamed of. There was just a couple of executions to try and big up that prestige there. But that, I dare say, has a rather anticlimactic end to this family poll run. I had a great time with this one, but I think it's better to cut it there rather than drag it on and on. We achieved our goals, and what more is there to say than that? I need to put a lot of thought into the next campaign, and I'm open to ideas about it. But that shall be done at the turn of the year. I'm going to take a wee vacation after the weekly one-shot. There'll only be errant wild cards between then and the turn of the year. Just want a bit of me time to enjoy, and then I can be refreshed, come back with yet more streams. New long play, new strategy, and what will they both be? I have no clue, but I'll figure it out. I'm also going to do some streams around during that time. I just don't know exactly when, because I want to have a special Christmas stream, or at least Christmas-themed stream, and produce some other kinds of videos like whiskey tasting and that. But that's for me to mull over, and for you to not. I shall be back again with streams tomorrow with a weekly one-shot, and then whenever after. So until then, it's a cheers from me and the entire hideous, giant, inbred, Uggo freak family, and a cheerio.